Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your general reading. This is a general and will not resonate with everybody, unfortunately. But I do personal readings and my email is in the description box as always. Okay, share your voice has jumped out straight away. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression here. If you're new, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get all the readings I post each month. I'll leave information about what decks of cards I use in the description box as well. So go ahead and check that out there. Let's see. Oh, this one's reversed. Inner Temple. Okay, and it's reversed. And share your inner voice. Share your voice here. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart here. Okay, so you may be like feeling off balance and a little bit stressed at this time, feeling like going within when you need to actually share what's within you, share your thoughts, your feelings. Feelings are okay. Just remember that feelings are not us, okay? They're ever changing, so it's okay to feel what you feel. Just allow it and then release it, okay? So I feel like you may need to take care of yourself a little bit better. You might just be keeping yourself inside and keeping yourself away from people, and you're wanting to venture out here. It's looking a little bit stormy out there, so you may be feeling that, maybe you have a lot of love to give, but previous relationships here have, scared you of the outside, scared you of finding love or letting anybody into your temple here. So it kind of feels like you might be trying to shut down or shut out the outside world. Okay, so you may have lost a few people or a few friends along the way. You may be feeling lonely and things like that. You should speak out about it, because I bet there's friends who will be like, yeah, sure, come round, come visit my cave. But I definitely feel here that you need to either get out or speak out, right? You might be wanting to speak out or speak to somebody and feeling, that you're in this abandoned cave and you can't reach them because there's so much that has happened between you. So it's all like kept inside here. I feel like, you need to clarify something, or somebody needs to clarify something with you. You need to speak out and speak up and make yourself heard here if you're feeling unheard. So let's see. Six of Swords, yeah. Look, in order to get past this stormy water, because usually we see in the Six of Swords stormy water behind them and smoother water ahead. In order to move forward into these calmer times, smoother times, we need to actually here acknowledge the feelings, respect the feelings, but understand they are feelings, they're not us. They can be like a compass on our travels. I'm seeing like your soul's journey here, the rough waters, you feeling like you've had a tough time. You have to think more positively here with the Six of Swords. So this positive energy, this positive thinking will bring the positive life you seek, the smoother road ahead here. Because it does seem like, on your path, it has been, these stormy waters, and it has probably been tough with love. Because, water represents love, emotions, feelings, and things like that. People may just be thinking, oh, well, you're overreacting or something, and you're like, nope, it's really dangerous in that water, and and can see the danger in the water there, but other people may be just like, no, I don't see it there. But you're not to hold on to it. You need to start thinking positively. Look to the future. Look for your path ahead. Look for your path over this stormy water. It all makes us who we are. Can you see how it looks like the same woman, but transformed here? So I see you transforming into a stronger soul. It's giving you strength. It's helping you to grow and mature as a soul here. So it could have even been like a difficult childhood, and then as you come into adulthood, you've carried these sort of ways of coping mechanisms when things get tough. So when things get tough, you might shut yourself off and, go within yourself here. It looks like learned behavior, maybe from childhood or a past life here. But you need to learn to love yourself and be devoted to yourself. And, the body is the temple here. So we need to be able to take care of our temple, love our temple. And it seems like maybe you wasn't doing that in all these situations. And thinking positively, even meditation here will help you. So good energy is coming in, but with this good energy, we have to put action behind it. I'm feeling here. You have to be thinking more positively. You have to, break free from this sort of cycle. Temperance, yeah, here you are. And like I said, it feels like, a lesson or repeating cycles, and feeling like every time I, start moving ahead, that I end up back in the same sort of cycle. It goes to the same place. I have the same arguments, but with different people, or I have the same relationship with different people. And in order for this cycle to come to an end, it has to start with you, right? So we have to be accountable for our actions. Yes, other people are having actions and creating reactions in the world as well. That's part of the parcel, part of the waves that we see in the water there. But we have to also be accountable if we're letting people treat us a certain way, or we keep going back into these relationships. We have to look at the lesson, look at the emotions, and see what they're trying to tell us here. Then be able to let go and move forward. So I feel like you could be heading into or heading towards the end of a soul cycle, like a completed cycle. So like you're learning your lesson, and maybe it's been tough getting here, but you're at the point now where you're about to break free and enter into a new cycle of relationships, because maybe you finally learned all the way from childhood to this point that this is not how you're supposed to act or react to people, to situations. You're not supposed to be maybe giving everything here and, always being the one to sacrifice and compromise. Or maybe not sacrificing and not compromising. Maybe, you are now learning a healthy balance between that. Not everything is, all serious, and not everything is all fun. So learning a healthy balance here, I feel, and a positive, yeah. Queen of Wands. So definitely taking action in moving forward and being the one to command your own destiny here. Being the one to say, okay, I'm being in charge of me. I'm being accountable for me. I can't change nobody else, but I will definitely not allow those sort of people into my life again. So I feel like, you're taking charge of your life. You're commanding respect and things like that now. Or you will get to this stage, right? When you're progressing and you've learned your lesson here, you will get to this stage. Let's see. I see you taking action towards a more positive life. Deliberate manifesting. Like, okay, I'm the one in charge of my life. I say who I can let in. So that is accountability. Justice, yeah. So you've been repaying a lot of karmic debt throughout this life, I feel here. It could be a Libra that you was dealing with, or that sort of brought you to this place you're at now, your senses here. I feel like this is justice coming in for you. And again, with the justice, we see the scales here off balance. So I feel like it's part of the test here. If one person's always giving, and one person's only receiving. The person who's giving will eventually get tired. Even if they're the one always giving to you, they'll eventually get tired, and you'll say, well, why did they leave? Because we see with the Six of Swords, somebody's leaving, okay? And then when this person leaves, then you realize, okay, I want a second chance with them. And then you might start taking action towards them, but then it seems like maybe it's too little too late. It could, of course, be somebody doing this towards you, right? You kept giving, you kept giving, and kept giving. And then when you leave and walk away, then they realize, okay, I want a second chance. They see how much you gave to them or how much you put in their life. And it's always like realizing when it's too late sort of thing. And I think it's things that you've been taught here, or, you know, how you've learned to cope with the traumas throughout life, and that water there that's, you know, extremely fierce in that picture. Emperor and the Sun. Okay, so 3 major arcana straight after each other, as long with temperance, the Sun, the Emperor here. I feel like you're just realizing your own stubbornness, you're realizing your own pros and cons here. This is an awakening. So you're seeing very clearly. I feel like it is you seeing your good points and your bad points, because it's the Sun. So that sort of clarity comes softly, rather than the Ace of Swords, which could be quite hard, somebody else telling you a truth. So this seems like you're recognizing your own positivity, your own, it's again that accountability. And I feel like with this comes acceptance. Right? Okay, I accept maybe I mistreated this person. So I'm now able to let go of that sort of cycle and move on. And like I said, because we have cross watchers, it could be somebody feeling like this about you. When it was too late, they decided they wanted a second chance, and they're very quickly coming to the realization their own faults here, which in turn is healing, which in turn will bring abundance. It will bring that positivity into your life and that forward movement. And I feel like with the Emperor is, like I say, in charge of all the kingdoms, right? The empire. So this is why it can be viewed as stubborn, egotistical, and things like this. But I think it's sort of like a gentle awakening that somebody's having to their own self, their own actions. And it's a very positive lesson to learn, because if we're constantly pointing the finger outwards, then we're never going to learn anything. We'll meet the same sort of cycle in a new person. And I think that's what you're breaking now, breaking this cycle of meeting the same sort of relationships and being ready for a more balanced relationship, a relationship that's more give and take, whether you were the one just giving or just taking. So I think it's positive movement forward here. Could be with another Sagittarius, Libra, Leo. These could be plenty of people that you've dated throughout your life, or not even dated, like members of your family, friendships that you've had. So I think there's nothing better than realizing, your strengths and weaknesses within yourself, because then we can really move forward with positivity. We can really move forward with love in our heart. So I see acceptance and growth, and then love here. Because from that acceptance and like, okay, maybe it wasn't all them, then we see such strength that you get from this. It's not a weakness to recognize, you know, okay, maybe I had a part to play in this. It's actually a strength. And that's what I'm seeing in you, Sagittarius. Such a beautiful strength. And it allows for you to grow and progress into new cycles. And another major arcana there. So I can see this is definitely about, you know, your soul's journey, how it was supposed to happen, what markers you were supposed to hit to learn what lessons. It can feel quite lonely, or you can end up feeling quite incomplete. But I feel like it's your journey here to gather this strength, this clarity, this healing of a past life and healing maybe from childhood. Being clear with what you want now from life. Why do I keep ending up back at this point? You know, being able to understand that, you can then not end up back at that point again. Lesson learned, right? And such grace comes with that. Being able to forgive people who don't deserve forgiveness. Being able to love people who maybe hurt you in the past. Because releasing and, you know, the art of letting go is only mastered by a few. And it seems like you're mastering it here. So we then get, you know, this growth, this sprouting, this dawn of a new day here that I see in the Sun card. This forward movement that we see in the Six of Swords. This lesson completed that brings abundance. You know, this power that's, you know, within you, that this light that nobody then can take out. Because you brought the balance, you brought the justice. You brought it to yourself here. Be more self-aware. Nine of Wands, yeah. So the nine's about like, the Nine of Wands is usually a rest on your journey. So we usually see it as a farmer or a soldier in a battlefield, and, you know, having a rest before continuing on the battlefield here. So yeah, I feel like this is just saying these are chapters in your life. This was, you know, something that you could overcome, something you could learn from. You know, it's not over. Your life's not over. Your love life's not over. Your friendship lives are not over. Your family life's not over. You're just having this rest in between here. You're just regathering yourself because you've come so far on this journey. And I mean, the toughest part here to get through is that self-awareness, and you're showing it here. But I feel like because you've been through all this and you have learnt your lesson here, the advice here with the Nine of Wands, I would say, don't build your walls so high thinking that you'll never get hurt again. You don't want people to come inside. You do want people to come inside. The point of this life is love, is hope, and rebuilding for future generations. So it's okay to have a time out and sit in your cave for a little bit, but remember this strength and grace and beauty you have here, like that you have to offer the world. Remember your uniqueness. Knight of Cups. So there's a love offer coming towards you. It could very well be a new person here, because we see a new cycle of love beginning. We do have Temperance though, so it can indicate a second chance once you know, you've completed this. You know, right now somebody you love may be trying to block you out, or you block them out. You might have turned your back on them here because I see her back's turned to her. So somebody may have blocked you, or you know, you feel like people have turned their back on you or do turn their back on you. It's not the case. Once we've gone through that acceptance, that growth, then comes this love. Then comes this love. Then love can come in and be strong and be fair and just, as well as exciting and beautiful, and compassion here. Ten of Pentacles, look at that. Finishing strong with the Ten of Pentacles here. Finishing with you getting your stability back, being your own powerhouse, being your own strength here. I feel like people won't be able to mess with you once you've gone through this cycle. So I see you, once you've gone through this cycle and get love, it's sort of a relationship that builds up to be very strong and lasts forever here, because with the Ten of Pentacles, it's about a stable relationship. So I feel you get this stable thing that you've been looking for your whole life. Maybe you came from a broken home or something, so then you're able to become that broken, you know, you're able to be what you desired your whole life. So if you desired a loving home that was, you know, secure and things like that, you're then able to provide that for yourself because you've done this work. So that's what I see, you completing cycles and not having to go into a relationship that leaves you feeling scared and vulnerable and, you know, not able to face the world anymore. I see you getting strength and beauty and grace and, you know, people being able to untouch your tower, you know what I mean? Like not being able to mess with you anymore. I keep wanting to swear, so that's why I keep messing up the words, because I'm trying not to swear. It's like unfuckable, okay? That's what was coming out, but you know, YouTube is getting crazy on me these days, so good luck, guys.